going to assume that Aria has signed this off and it went from approval into completed. So she's pretty happy with it. The next thing that we want to work on is colors, of course. So we're going to move that into in progress. Now, again, back on my Figma file, I've got all the colors in here. How do we make a color scheme as part of this? Well, the first thing I'm going to do is actually create a brand new page for this, which is going to be more to do with like brand and design. So I'm going to click this plus to add a new page. And this one, unsurprisingly, is going to be called design. Maybe we should call it brand, because this is kind of to do the general feel of this project. You know, you might use this on business cards in different kind of ways that we never imagined before. Maybe it's not just on a website. So the first area that we're going to do is all about colors, but maybe there's different areas in this brand. So colors and type and logo, we all want to include on here, but we want to kind of have it in separate areas. So rather than make different pages, the first thing I'm going to do is use this next thing up here called a frame. So this is similar to an artboard if you used Sketch in the past. So I'm just going to make a brand new frame here. So I'm going to make it pretty big. So maybe something around about 600 by 400, let's say. And I'm just going to give this frame a name over here or here. So I'm going to call this one colors, unsurprisingly. And in here, what we could start to work on is the color scheme. So I could just ignore the mood board and just start adding rectangles in here and giving them some colors. But we don't want to do that. We actually want to kind of do this properly. So the way that we would add a rectangle is up here. We can press R as a shortcut, and I can just add a quick one in here, maybe 100 by 100, just to give it a unique size. And how do we start playing around with the colors in here? Well, down here is the fill. This is this gray color at the moment. I can start basically moving this around, kind of moving these around as well. I can switch some of these if I know some of the hex colors. Hex color is just a way of kind of informing a color. So for instance, if she knows exactly what color she wants to use, she could just tell us and we type this in. But for us, we don't know this at the moment. So we're going off instinct. We do know some of the stuff from our assets that we could use and from the mood board as well. So maybe we kind of want to pick these different colors from here. Like let's try and get the one from the mood board. So I could just go back here and go like, maybe this is the blue that I want, or maybe this is the blue. I'm going to roughly go back and forth between them. Now, if I go back and forth between them, it doesn't make much sense. So what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to copy this out. Well, actually going to cut this out by using Command and X or Control and X on Windows and put this in here for now, which is, pressing the wrong one. So I'm pasting it in and I'm just going to move it down here and zoom in. So this is currently slightly off and I want this to match this blue. So I'm going to click here and use this eyedropper to pick this blue. So this now is exactly the same. It merges in. So I'm going to take this and use this as part of my color scheme. So again, I'm going to cut it out by using Command and X and put it back in my brand. And there we go. This is the first color that we're going to pick. And I kind of want to do this with a few of them because this is a pretty bright color scheme in here. Maybe this orange, maybe this green or this red. I do like this green, for instance, so maybe we'll go with that next. So again, I'm just going to make a quick rectangle here. I'm going to use this color. So I'm just going to take this from here and this works for me. I'm going to cut this out and move it into my brand. Again, it's a little bit big. Just going to make it 100 by 100 and just move this into position. Now I can keep doing this and maybe I want to add in different colors that aren't part of this. Maybe I want to add something a little bit lighter, maybe a pink color, for instance. So at the moment, there isn't a pink color in her imagery. So I've got yellow, orange, and these three. Maybe I want to pick something a little bit more like this. So maybe I'm going to be inspired. Well, we're going to copy for now and then be inspired. So we're just going to quickly take this color and we're going to work with it because it might not work with our current color scheme. I'm going to cut it out and move it into our brand and make this 100 by 100. So if I move this in here, maybe I can go, hey, this kind of works for me. But at the moment, maybe I kind of want to make it a little less salmon, maybe more pink color. So I can play around with some of this. So I can tweak this around and kind of make it a bit more red or a bit more orange if I want to. I can move this around, maybe make it brighter in this corner, maybe make it darker into a browner color, more gray as well. One little trick that I like to use is actually switch this from hex into different kind of modes. So here there's RGB, which is red, green, blue, and this doesn't really change much. It has exactly the same color picker. But in other ones like HSL, it changes this completely. In HSB, it kind of changes this as well. So notice the difference between the two of HSL, which has more white up here, and this, it kind of makes it a little bit easier to pick a brighter color on the same wavelength, I suppose, and then a saturation color this way too. So this is a tool that I actually like to use. I actually like to switch to HSL if I'm picking a color scheme, because it's just a little bit easier to pick exactly the color. This is the hue, this is a saturation this way across, and this is the lightness up and down. So for me, I can start working on some of this stuff. So I can go, hey, maybe I want this to be a bit more pinker. I'm going to move this over, and this is going to be a bit darker pink. So maybe something a little bit more like that. So I'm going to tweak these a little bit later and start working on them, but this is kind of how that I would generally work. This kind of feels like it goes together. Now with these bright colors, I might want to pick a black and maybe a white color as well, because I might want to have some text on here. So maybe some darker colors might help. So rather than going straight back into the mood board, picking a black color, I could just pick one out and just make one from scratch. So again, I'm just going to make a new rectangle in here and just quickly add one in, 100 by 100. And I might want to pick just a white color, just pure white. So again, if I just pick pure white, it kind of disappears into here. So just to show it on this, I want to click stroke. So on stroke, I'm going to click plus, and this just gives me a black edge. So I know this is part of the color scheme. I could give this to all of them. I generally just do it for any kind of white ones in here. And maybe I want a black color as well. So I'm just going to make this artboard a little bit wider. There we go. So maybe up to 800 just to fill it in. Perfect. And again, I'm just going to add one last color in here. So again, 100 by 100. And here what I could do is just go straight to black and be like, cool, I picked a black color. Now, generally what I like to do is not use a pure black color. I actually want to use something that's kind of related to some of these. So I'm going to pick one of these other colors first of all. I'm going to switch to HSL, and instead I'm going to pick something from here instead. So rather than just going into this corner, which is a saturated black color, I'm going to use this blue and just go down here and pick something that I like. So maybe something in here, it feels like a black color, but it's not quite black. Again, I can kind of go back and forth between them. This is quite a cold color. This is a little bit of a warmer black color over here. So again, I'm going to tweak these in a second. I might not be 100% happy with them, but what I'm going to do here is actually use something that isn't a pure black color. If we look and kind of compare it to a proper black color, it's not too much of a difference, but this one just feels a lot warmer. So again, this is just a quick technique that I use. So what I'm going to do in a second is just clean them up, and in the next video we'll talk about how to make some tints for this.